Has everyone seen a distracted driver on the phone texting while driving? Carelessly swerving on the highways, trying to send a message that they must value more than their lives and the lives of others around them. Holding up an intersection during a green light because they're trying to dial a phone number to call someone. Slowly creeping down the highway because they're trying to send a text message while looking up at the highway. My name is Mason McKnight, and today I'm going to tell you about the dangers of distracted driving and the issues that it causes to them and the people around them. Throughout this speech, I am going to explain how distracted driving is dangerous, how teens are affected by distracted driving, the aftermath of texting and driving, and ways to prevent distracted driving. My first reason for not texting and driving is that it is dangerous. It causes more car accidents than anything else. Texting and driving causes 1 out of 4 car accidents. Use of the cell phone while driving leads up to 1.6 million crashes every year. In order to answer a text, it will take away your attention off the road for more than 5 seconds. If you are traveling at a speed of 55 miles per hour, it would be enough time to travel the length of a whole football field. You are 6 times more likely to cause an accident texting while driving than being drunk while driving. A 400% increase in time spent with your eyes off the road is caused by texting and driving. It also causes more deaths and injuries. In the United States alone, over 8 people are killed and 1,161 are injured daily in a car accident reported as distracted driving. In the year 2015, as reported by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, there were 3,477 people killed and an estimated additional 391,000 people that were injured in motor vehicle crashes that involved distracted driving. Others on the highway are also never safe as a result of texting and driving. At any given day or time, approximately 6,600,000 drivers are attempting to use their phones behind the steering wheel of an automobile. 24% of drivers reported driving that they were willing to make a phone call while driving in a car and doing their daily things in a car. 48% of drivers will admit to answering their cell phones while driving on the highway. 58% of drivers continue to drive while talking on the phone after answering the phone call. Secondly, teens are the most affected by distracted driving. The National Occupant Protection Use conducted a survey in 2015 that reported handheld cell phone usage continued to be the highest among drivers who are between the age of 16 and 24 years old. Every day, 11 teens die in an accident as a result of texting while driving. 21% fatal accidents are caused by teens distracted by their cell phones. Teen drivers are also 4 times more likely to get in car crashes or near car crashes when texting on a cell phone. 94% of teens drivers know the dangers of texting and driving, but only 35% admitted to doing it anyway, according to a local AAA poll. Every time 25% of teenage drivers, every time they drive, they'll spend at least a few minutes sending a text message on the phone. Thirdly, the aftermath of texting and driving is horrible. For instance, you could receive a ticket. Now, this ticket could range from as low as $20 up to $500 depending on the state and the type of conditions it was, like if you were also speeding while driving and texting and all that. And then insurance rates could also go up depending on if your state uses the point system and all that. It could affect your insurance rates, and you'll get higher insurance rates monthly, which will cause your insurance to go sky high. States that use the point system will deduct points from the license of violators. This pretty much means that if you get a certain amount of points, you could possibly lose your driver's license in general, because they don't want you to murder other people through texting and driving a car. You could also face jail time. Jail or prison time may be imposed if the offense resulted in a bodily injury or to another driver or passenger. So if you hit somebody and injure them or kill them, then you could go to jail for life or for however many years or months or weeks they say. If the other driver dies in the event of a car accident, you could face life in prison without bail for vehicular manslaughter. That's not good because you would just waste your life in jail all because of that one text message. If you repeatedly receive tickets for messaging while driving, you could have suspension or revocation of driving privileges. You could also have to take mandatory driving safety classes, like those ones that you took before you got your license. They would pretty much take away your license and make you retake all them classes. And then you could get higher points on one's driver's driving record. Like you could get points on it and then it will stay on your record forever. So if you wanted a job as like a truck driver or something, you could possibly not get one. And then your vehicle could also be impounded. This pretty much means that the police department will take and hold your vehicle for a certain amount of time. Lastly, there are ways to prevent texting and driving. You could turn your cell phone on silent, completely turn your cell phone off, put your cell phone out of reach, like in the trunk or in your pocketbook or book bag or somewhere where you won't see it or have the tendency to look at it. And then you could also download an app that prevents you from texting and driving, such as like Drive Mode, Drive First, Focus, and Text No More. All these apps will prevent you from getting a car wreck. It could not send you notifications, or it could just turn your cell phone off completely while you're driving. And it usually senses this through like a GPS tracking device on your phone, which will know whenever you're moving at high speeds. And now I'm going to show you an example of someone who actually had life consequences from texting and driving. This was a girl named Emily. She was coming home from a party in an area that she didn't recognize. And her friend was texting her while she was driving. Well, of course, being a young girl at the age of 19, she was going to respond back to the message. Well, sadly, she was going on a curve, and then she was looking down at her phone and texting and driving, and she just missed the curve and went straight into the guardrail. It went straight through the drivers, and she died. She died on the spot because the thing hit her head, and she just died in blow of impact. So yeah, sadly this is a tragic story for Emily, and it affected all the people around her and her family and friends. In conclusion, distracted driving is not something to mess around with. I hope that you now know how distracting driving is dangerous, how teens are affected by distracted driving, the aftermath of texting and driving, and ways to prevent texting and driving. Over the years, accidents caused by distracted driving has been on a major incline. Luckily, technology has been improved, and now most auto brands can build their car standard with Bluetooth audio phone connectivity. Sadly, this is still not going to stop distracted driving from occurring. I know that people have busy lives and the message may be very important, but is the message really worth losing your life, or worse, taking someone else's life? So please, wait until it is safe to reply to a text message, and remember to ask the other people on the other line if you're sending a message, whether they're driving or not. This can make a world of difference and help stop the dangers of texting and driving. Thank you so much.